Okay. Believe it or not, this is actually clean. It's been like this since we moved in here. I have not been able to get it clean. Any cleaner than this. Maybe a little bit, but because I made some eggs, so there's a little bit of mess. But I bought this off of Temu. And I had something similar to this when I was back in Indiana that I use on my stove there, which is pretty much the same exact stove as what we have here. So I'm going to see if this helps get this any cleaner. I am going to spray the stove down with just some water and dish soap combination that I've got in my sprayer already. And we'll see if we can get this to look a little bit nicer. So I'm going to pause you for just a second. I'll be right back. Okay. Not sure if it'll work, but I guess we're going to find out. Okay, I wanted to rinse it off, so. Sorry for the noise, that's very, very, painful. I filled up a mason jar with hot water, so. Okay. Well, that's a pretty good improvement. Alright, I'm going to stop you here. I'm going to go ahead and finish doing this section. That noise is very annoying, and I don't think anybody should have to hear it any longer. So, I'll bring you back once I'm done. Okay, so here is the, well, mainly final. And I say that because I didn't get to clean these parts as well as I had wanted to, the metal things. I call them racks. I don't know what the hell they're called, but you know what I'm talking about, I'm sure. But this is what's left of my stone. So I didn't get to give them as well thorough of a scrubbing as I would have liked, because this does wear out, just kind of like any other kind of, like scouring. But what comes to mind when I use this, when I think of it, are the little foam blocks that you get for scrubbing your feet. Don't ask me what they're called. I got nothing. But that's what they kind of wear down like that. You can see like the different grooves that I used to get into it. But overall, it looks much nicer. I even took these pieces out, wiped down on the inside, and took those out and scrubbed them with this as well. One thing to keep in mind, this stove hasn't been replaced yet. They haven't done any remodeling to our apartment. So this is not the stove that's going to be in here once they're done with that. The ones that they got for everybody are black, which I'm perfectly fine with. I don't mind. But my point is I wasn't worried about scratching the finish. These kind of pumice, and I think that's what they're called, pumice cleaning stones, are also supposed to be good for cleaning toilets because they're used for porous material. I, by chance, had this pretty much exact same stove in my trailer and had used it for the exact same reason. So I was already kind of knew what to expect. So I wasn't really worried about damaging any of the finish or scratching it. I mean, you can see this thing is pretty well beat to hell. And that's because God knows how long it's been in here, probably since the apartment complex was first built. So keep that in mind if you're deciding to use something like this on your stove. I definitely would not use this on a glass top electric stove because it will scratch the crap out of that. Again, I wasn't concerned about that because I know they haven't gotten to this apartment yet, and eventually it'll be thrown out anyway, or gotten rid of in some way, shape, or form. So I was not specifically worried about that part of the deal. So if you're wanting to use it, make sure that you've got a material that you're not worried about scratching. An older stove like this would be fine. I wouldn't, like I said, I wouldn't use it on any glass top because this is going to scratch the crap out of the glass top. And at that point, it may then void your warranty if you have one. So just a word of note. This one, no warranty. Probably about a good 30, probably more than that, because I was born in 80, and I would say this is a 1970s kitchen. So, yeah, we're talking like 50 years. So, it still works. Well, for the most part. I think that burner back there doesn't like the light. And right now they're all wet because I scrubbed them all out in the sink, so they've got to dry out before I can make sure everything is unclogged and dried. So I'm going to leave these sit. I'm going to put the grates back on it. I think I'm going to give it a quick wipe down first, wet as well, with another clean rag, because I can still see some remnants of the stone in places. So, but here you go. That's the final product, and I'm pretty pleased because it certainly looks hell of a lot better. So, there you have it. And again, I got it from Temu. Not sure what it's actually called on there, but I call it a pumice cleaning stone. And this one just happened to be on this kind of a... The one I think I had in my trailer didn't even have a handle on it, was just the stone itself. But either way it works. It's just not going to tear your hands up as bad. But let me tell you, still takes some elbow grease. So my arms and shoulders are not very happy with me at the moment, but I am happy with my end results. So, because even these look so much better. These ones were pretty well solid black on the top. And like I said, they're not perfect. The top's not perfect. But there are some, like this is actually a scratch in the finish. No amount of scrubbing is going to get that bitch out. Same goes here. These aren't going to come out. I've been trying for 5 years. They're actually nicks in the finish. They're not going anywhere. But as far as these look, they look hella improved. And I'm happy with that. So there you have it. See you soon.